What's up, everybody? It's Julian Gordon here, and I have a little weird confession to make, and it has to do with a habit I have when I go to the ATM. When I go to the ATM to deposit checks, what tends to happen is I will look on the ground and I will look for other people's deposit slips. Now, before you write me off as an identity thief, I want to tell you why. Here are examples of the deposit slips that I pick up. They don't have any personal information on it, but each one tells a story. For instance, this person withdrew $350 and they have $348 left. This person withdrew $200 and they have $800 left. This person withdrew $100 and they have $10 left. So each one of these deposit slips tells a story. And I keep these ones in particular. The ones that inspire me aren't the ones where people have lots of money. That's not what I'm here for. My goal isn't to be rich. My goal is to be free. And when I look at these are the ones that inspire me because I know that these are people who haven't really understood their self-worth or their true value yet. And I believe that in order to live out our true values on a daily basis, we have to know what our value is, regardless of how much income or how big your salary is at this moment in time. And so these inspire me. I keep these in my wallet to remind myself that people need to know their self-worth. It's not the fact that employers have gained so much power and they are beating people down. No, we haven't stood in our power and our self-worth and our awareness of that. And so we have had to rely on unions and things like that in the past to actually demand what we want from employers. But the reality is you always have choice, you always have options, and to the extent that you know your self-worth, you always know that there's an alternative because you know you can go elsewhere and command equal or more than you're commanding from your current employer. And I have the perfect example or story of that. My wife and I, let me put these up here really quickly. My wife and I were at Home Depot one day. We bought this home in Brooklyn, New York, and we have like a 25 by 25 plot in the backyard, and it was just all dirt. And so we went to Home Depot to figure out how to manage this land and what to do with it. And we drew out a particular layout on the back of a napkin, and we took it with us to Home Depot. We were going to go get some grass seed and soil and things of that nature. And when we get to Home Depot, we bump into this guy in an orange apron, and we show him our napkin. We tell him the dimensions of our yard. And literally right in front of us, he just breaks down everything that we need to know and do in order to turn this into a beautiful space that we enjoy spending time in. And my wife and I were like, cool. We were taking notes on our phones and trying to capture everything that he said. We took our cart around the gardening section with him, and he put everything that we needed in our cart. And we were walking out the store towards the register, and one thing was missing from our cart. Guess what? It was him. He was missing from our cart. What we needed was him. We didn't need all this stuff. What we needed was him. And we knew that leaving that store, we would have paid him $3,000 to come take care of everything that he just showed us if he would have just asked, if he would have offered. Now, here's why that's significant. The average salary or the average hourly wage at Home Depot is $12.50 per hour. So we would have paid him $3,000 for 1 weekend of work. And here he is making $12.50 per hour, somewhere around that, right? Now, if you take $3,000 and you divide that by $12.50, he would have to work 240 hours at Home Depot to earn that same amount of revenue. That is 6 weeks of work, a month and a half of work at Home Depot when he could have earned that in 2 days. Now, I give this example not to say that you are making $12.50 an hour. I give this example to say that regardless of where you are in your career, you are likely underselling yourself to your employer. When you sell your time in bulk to anyone, just like Costco, your employer is getting a discount on your wholesale time, right? And so what I want to show you and teach you is how to take smaller chunks of your time and sell that elsewhere to different clients that your employer does not serve. That's how you're going to command your true value in the marketplace. You will never command your true value when you're selling all of your time in bulk to someone else because they're bearing all the risk, right? And you know, you can give me somebody at McDonald's and I'll show them how to take their operation skills, because McDonald's is known for its operational efficiency, and actually sell that operation skill that they learned at McDonald's to someone else for $100 an hour. Or you can give me someone who works security at Madison Square Garden, and I'll show them how to take their expertise of managing security for a venue like that to smaller venues around the New York area. Right? We all have more value inside of us. It's impossible for our employers to pay us what we're truly worth. And here's why. It's not anything negative about our employers. Here's why. Right? Your employer has to make money off of you. Right? If they're going to pay you $100 an hour, which would be $200,000 a year, you have to be creating more than $200,000 in value for them. Right? You have to create more value than you take in the form of salary. And so to the extent that you are being paid a certain amount, your employer is making more than that amount on you. So no employer can pay you what you're truly worth. But if you go out to the marketplace independently and you sell your skills, your existing skills, no extra school, no extra training, your existing skills, if you take them, dissect them, extract them from what you were selling your employer, because your employer is paying you for a set of skills that you were delivering to them 40 plus hours a week. But if you take those same skills and you sell them a la carte, right, to different clients that your employer would never serve so that it's non-competitive, you could actually be earning more per hour than you're earning at your current job. And I just think that that's key. When I think back, we've gone back to Home Depot, we looked for that guy, and we haven't found him. Hopefully, he has stepped out and is actually commanding what he's truly worth. But all he had to do was give us a business card, and he could have earned in 2 days what it would take him 6 weeks, a month and a half to earn at Home Depot. And again, this is not just a reflection of people who are in hourly wage work. This is a reflection of all of us, regardless of how much you're making in terms of salary. When you break down how much you're making hourly and what skills you're actually selling to your employer, I'm certain that there are ways for you to earn more on the side, selling those skills a la carte to other organizations or even individuals out there in the marketplace. People want the results that you are creating for your current employer. You just have to find them. And so I hope that this video helps you think about your value in a completely different way and helps you recognize that you're actually more valuable than you may be settling for when you are just looking for a good job or saying, oh, I'm just lucky to have a job. No, that job is lucky to have you. That job is lucky to have you because you're creating more value than you take in the form of salary. And you can take that knowledge and awareness of your self-worth and can be commanding more per hour, 3 figures per hour or 4 figures in terms of contracts or project work on the side, if you so choose to, right? When you know your self-worth, you never feel subject to the economy. You never feel subject to a bad boss. You never feel subject to a corporate ladder and somebody else's timeline for your career. You always feel confident enough to take your career in the direction that you want it to go. You can leave the company if you want. You can stay if you want. It's up to you. But it all comes down to knowing your self-worth. I know so many people who are in the quote-unquote overpaid trap. I call it the overpaid trap. The overpaid trap is when you're actually getting paid more than you believe you're worth. So for instance, let's say you're getting paid $150,000 a year, but you only believe that you are worth $100,000. Do you leave that employer? No, you don't leave. And you actually feel stuck because you don't know if you could step away from that particular organization and command equal or more on your own. And I see a lot of people with the law school, business school, medical school, etc., trapped in the overpaid trap. And I know that's a first world problem, but it's real. It's real. A lot of people feel stuck, and these are people who've done everything that they were supposed to do. They went to good schools, got good grades, they got good jobs, yet they feel trapped in their lives because it comes down to us not always knowing our self-worth. When we try to play the income game, which we are seeking the highest paying job, a lot of people get stuck in that. And I want people to be free. I'm not here to be rich. If money comes along this journey, that's fine, right? But I'm here to be free, and I'm here to free other people. And I know that freedom doesn't cost as much as we think it costs. I guess you could say that I'm selling freedom. I'm selling freedom, and I know that it's real because I'm experiencing it on a daily basis. In the middle of the day, I can have lunch with my wife. I can pick up my daughter from school, and there are people who are paid 2 times, 3 times, 4 times more than me who can't do any of that because they're not free. They're not free. They're subject to somebody else's dreams, somebody else's vision, somebody else's ideas of how they need to be spending their lives and spending their days. And I don't want that for you. That was actually my alarm going off, meaning that I have to go pick up my daughter right now. I hope that this video inspires you, helps you recognize your true value, your true worth, and gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms. Again, this is Julian Gordon wishing you more happy hours, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.